Oh my god, okay, before you say anything, I'm already hearing everybody screaming right now in the comment section. What's going on here? Let's just calm down for a moment. I didn't even say a word yet. Okay, we good? We cool? Is everybody good? Okay, cool. Let's try to proceed. Okay, folks, we gotta talk about the Amex Gold card, right? There are so many people out there that are just hating on the card, and there are still some people out there who are loving the card. Now, me personally, Anthony Venture is no spokesperson for the Amex Gold card, right? I have no affiliations with the Gold card. Oh. Okay. Well, scratch that, maybe a tiny affiliation, but besides that, for the people that say that these videos are just for the referral links, just know that over my last 2 years of being on Credit Card YouTube, I've gotten one, count them, one referral for the Amex Gold card, and no, it wasn't my mom. There was somebody out there who watches these videos, so I super appreciate you. It's just, I think it looks nice, and I've always thought it looks nice, so I'm going to stick by that until probably the day I die. I want it to just be an unbiased, mostly unbiased, as much as we can be as humans, review on the Amex Gold card and just addressing some of the crazy claims I see out there of how much to actually spend on the card, what it's actually worth, the woes of American Express. It's just too much craziness going on, and I think we just need to have one level-headed approach to it, and I think I can maybe do it. Just maybe. I'm a little crazy, but maybe I could do it. So the first thing I wanted to address is a math equation. It's something that I've been just seeing in a bunch of comments, a bunch of forums, more specifically more Reddit, of people just talking about how much you actually have to spend on the Amex Gold card for it to make sense to you. Now, I've been hearing some crazy numbers. I don't know if you guys have seen this, but I've been seeing numbers like $4,000 every single month, $8,000 every single month. Yeah, I've heard someone say even $10,000 every single month to even break even on the Amex Gold card for it to even be worth it to you. And I'm looking at these numbers and I'm like, I don't know if that makes sense. I mean, I'm a dummy, but I don't know if $10,000 a month actually makes sense, that you have to do that for it to break even on the Amex Gold card. Now, follow me every step of the way on this math, because this is what I was thinking about before getting into the office. Now, I was just thinking like this. If the average household that has an Amex Gold card, let's just say they're spending $600 every single month. So by the end of the year, they will have spent how much? $7,200. Can we agree on that? Is that normal? I think that's pretty average for what most households are spending nowadays, unless you're just a single person. I think that's pretty on par. $600 every single month. And this is just isolating the Amex Gold card. I'm not talking about if you have 15 other cards. I'm talking about how to value the Amex Gold card itself. Now, if they're using their Gold card for groceries, it better damn well be at a grocery store that gives you a grocery multiplier. We're talking Publix, we're talking Food Lion, we're talking Walmart neighborhood markets, just like John. Shout out to John, who talks about it on his channel as well. Great guy. Now let's put up the calculator just to make sure I'm not wrong. So that's $7,200 at the end of the year, multiplied by 4. That's 28,800 membership reward points, right? Amex points. Now I'm no crazy mathematician, and maybe I'm missing something. So please let me know in the comments if I'm missing something, and I would love to learn from this. So $28,800. If you wanted to do the worst thing you wanted to possibly do and cash out your points at 0.6 cents per point, that would bring you to, well, $17,280, aka $172.80. So just spending $600 every single month, which I think is conservative on an Amex Gold card alone, and you decide to do the worst redemption possible, you're still basically paying about 70% of the annual fee every single year, before talking about all of the different credits and whatnot that we'll get into, and some tricks that I use to get more than just the $10 in value. So we'll get into that, so stick around. But I just wanted to go through some math equations, right? So that's the first one. The worst possible redemption is already paying for 70% of your annual fee if you're worried about whatever. Now that, I think for sure, if you're doing that, does not make sense whatsoever. You need to either spend more or increase your redemption option. Now, let's take it a step further. What if you were going to do the same calculation, $28,800, but now you have an Amex business checking account, just going up the ladder? Well, that allows you to cash out your points at 0.8. So now, if you're thinking about 0.8, now we're at $23,040, aka $230 in value. So the second minimum redemption possible to almost break even, almost, for $20 off, without factoring in any Uber Eats, any Grubhub, anything whatsoever, any other multipliers for dining. We're just talking about groceries. We are now currently at about 90% of the annual fee. What if we take it even another step further for you folks who have a business platinum card, or if you have a Charles Schwab platinum card? The same 28,800 points could be worth $280, so now you're profiting from your annual fee. And if you have a Charles Schwab like I do, that's now giving you $316.80. So in my situation, if I'm spending $600 a month, I have a Schwab, I could cash it out and profit $60 every single year from just holding the Amex Gold card before factoring in the Uber Eats and the Grubhub. So I just wanted to put that math out there because I think the math needs to make sense for everybody. And if I hear people saying like, oh, you have to spend $5,000 a month for it to make sense, really make sense. I mean, $5,000 a month, forget it. You're profiting like what, thousands of dollars from membership reward points? Who knows? Now this is just factoring in cash out to actually, give you money back to pay for the annual fee, right? If you want to do it that way. Of course, you can do whatever you want. If you're crazy people out here doing crazy redemptions, 2 cents per point, 3 cents per point, it takes a very little amount of spend, maybe $300 a month, to even easily break even and actually profit from the annual fee. So it's based on you. You have to do the math on what you have, what you're going to use those points for, etc. But I just wanted to have that down pat at first. And again, correct me if I'm wrong. And again, we didn't even factor in the 4x for dining out. Your average person is probably spending a little over $1,000 every single year on dining out, but I'm not even going to include that, but do your numbers down below if it makes sense for you. Now, with the calculator aside, there are also many things that the Amex Gold card can do that you had no idea it was actually good for. Something I've heard nobody ever talk about on YouTube completely. I'm the first one to mention it. And that is, you could even take air out of your tire. Not bad, right? Did you know you can even dig holes with your Amex Gold card? How cool is that? Not bad, right? You can even hunt with it. Of course, I'm just being a little facetious because this is just kind of fun video to make. But again, if you're talking about all those numbers, I guess you also have to factor in opportunity cost. If you have a Saver One card that has no annual fee but it's getting 3% back and whatnot on your groceries, yes, that could be very valuable to you. So it just makes sense. Do I want the cash back? Do I not want to deal with an annual fee? That's perfect. Everybody has their own tolerances for what they will allow in their life. And if something doesn't make sense, you just cut it out. Just like Joe cut up his Amex Gold card right here after 35 years of holding it. It didn't make sense for him, so he cut it up.
Oh my God. Die, Gold card. Die. Die. Yes! Woo! Wepa! Bye-bye. Meet your maker, Rose Gold. CJ, I'm sorry. If you're watching this or watching on the replay, CJ, this is the nastiest color they ever created.
Now, I said earlier that there are some tips and tricks that I do for the Amex Gold card to get a little bit extra value from the monthly credits that everybody hates. Now, number one is the Uber credit, right? You can use $10 towards an Uber ride, or you can use it towards Uber Eats. We know this already. We've been on YouTube for a while. Now, the Uber Eats credit is something that a lot of people sleep on, and I've made some videos about it, and me and Ninja talked about it on the recent podcast. And the way that we both use it is we go on the Uber Eats app with our $10 every single month from the Gold card, and we will wait because every single month, for some reason, they give you a 40% off coupon through Uber Eats for grocery. Now that can be used towards places like Target, where I've used it just because it's very close to me, or in Ninja's case, he uses it at Costco. And in Costco's case, what Ninja said is that it basically allows you to bypass the whole rule with Costco, but now you can order things through Costco, I guess, in bulk, with the 40% coupon, let the Uber person pick up all the stuff at Costco. So that does two things. One, you can get all 40% off on those items all at Costco that you would be shopping at anyway, and it is for groceries, so it's not just wasted on one meal, which in the calculations that Ninja has done and I've done over the time of doing this, you actually make more than just the $10 that give you. At minimum, factoring in fees, deliveries, and tip, usually you can get about $5 extra. So instead of just $10 every single month, it appears to be about $15 on average anytime we're doing this, and sometimes more, just depending on how much of an upsell and where you're actually buying things from. So do your math on that at home. But another thing this essentially allows you to do is Uber Eats always codes as restaurant, at least for me. So the Amex Gold card is getting 4x on all of those points as well for grocery. right? So for Costco, which previously you'd get 0x because you can't even use your Amex Gold card at Costco, right? Which last time I checked, about what, over 80% of people shop at Costco. So I think it's a lot of people that I'm speaking to in this video here could benefit from this. No, I don't think you could buy a lawnmower from Costco through Uber Eats. I don't know how that delivery would work, but I just don't think that that would happen. I think it's grocery only, but wishful thinking. I mean, heck, I don't mean to put myself in an angelic light and just start, you know, flying through the sky right now, but I used the Amex Gold card, the 40% coupon Uber Eats. I mean, I was literally able to donate to charity with the $10 Uber Eats credit that you get every single month on the Gold card. I mean, there's a lot of different things you could do. Although charity kind of eats into your annual fee though, right? Now, the Grubhub credit, okay, I'll give it to you, you know, $10 every single month towards Grubhub. There's not much you could really do there. The best thing you could really do, like everybody says, is just do pickup options. It's the most you could really do to limit all those upcharges and fees. On average, I've noticed when you do pickup for the places that I'm actually ordering from, maybe it's a 10% upcharge, so I'm losing like $1, maybe $1.50, something like that, which does actually bake into the annual fee at the end of the year, of course. Because why else, other than having an Amex Gold card, would you buy the same food for a higher price? It doesn't make sense. And sometimes a lot of these things you have to do your research on. What place is upcharging you the most? Because they're not all equal across the board. You know, like Bojangles may upcharge more than the Poke Bros down the street. Who really knows? You just have to do your own due diligence on your area. But there are ways to maximize the most amount of both of these credits, is what I'm saying. And like I said as well, if you're a person that got to this point and you're like, Uber Eats through Costco and 40% off coupons, it's like, why do I have to deal with all this crap? And Grubhub, I'm not ordering things. I'm just groceries and I'm cooking all my food all the time. Why do I want to deal with any of this? Well, no one's telling you you have to. You could be upset because maybe your beloved Amex is not what it once used to be, or you're just upset with the coupons, or maybe you're tired of them. That's fine. So just cancel the card. No one's going to kill you for it. Nobody really cares. Do what you have to do that makes sense in your life. Me personally, I've always loved my Amex Gold card. I've loved getting, you know, a lot of value from it. I loved holding it. I just think it's a very cool card. I've wanted it my whole life. But even I recognize today, like, all I'm doing is applying for a lot of Chase cards right now, and really, Amex is on the back burner. I fully, like, wanted to cancel my Amex Gold card just because, well, I know I'm not going to use it for the next year and a half. Like, I just won't. I just have too many cards that I want to get over this next year and a half that the Amex Gold card will get no love, and it is a sock drawer card for now. It just doesn't really make sense for me. So I've really toyed with myself. I'm like, do I really want to cancel and save the $350, or should I just keep it open because maybe they revamp it and maybe I can benefit from that? Who really knows? And maybe I can lock in the $250 annual fee and maybe it goes up. Who really knows? So I don't know. I'm still toying with that in my mind. I probably would fully cancel because there's really nothing holding me to this card other than I just don't want to get rid of it. I just want to keep it because I know I will come back to it in about a year and a half from now. But I guess they're always run the risk of, like, maybe I apply for some cards in the next year and a half and they get, you know, denied. And now I have to go back to my Amex Gold card. So I have this all in my mind, and that's my own personal situation. And then same thing has to go for you. The people on YouTube, the people talking to you are all human. Everybody makes mistakes and everybody says things that they think are true at the time. At least I hope. So take all of the information that you get in and you make your own decisions about it. This is everything in life. And this extrapolates even greater. Like, for any person on this planet, even if the worst POS scumbag that you've ever met, they probably have something they can teach you. There's something that they are good at, or a perspective that they have that can aid you in your life. So it's not just to say, like, this person's horrible because they want to cancel this card, or this person's horrible because they love this card. How about, let me just take their perspectives and take that for my own. And I can create my own perspective out of that. And then maybe I can share that with friends and family, or even, you know, YouTube videos in the future. There's a lot of new folks in the credit card community now. And some people have horrible experiences with certain cards, and some people have amazing experiences. And that's why you're going to get both. And it doesn't make anyone bad or good. It's just something. It's just neutral. It's something to listen to and to use for your own life. Because nobody can force you to do anything in your life. Trust me, I know. I used to be a driving teacher in New York, and people would try to crash cars, and I told them that it was not a good thing. And they would do it anyway. Just do what makes sense for you, and your life will be a lot better as a result. So with that said, thank you guys so much for being here for Anthony Venture's TED Talk. I appreciate it. I salute you. And so I don't know. Let me know down below your guys' thoughts on this entire video. Amex Gold card makes sense? Does it not make sense? And should we hear everybody out? Meanwhile, everybody clicked off of this video. Appreciate you guys. Thank you for being here. Just for giving me your time today. I appreciate you all. Incoming, the Anthony, you're a POS. You shill this card. It's on your shirt. Hey, man. It's a nice looking shirt, though. Let's be honest. Listen.